Hi everybody, I'm coming to you from PCI, Petition Corruption Info. Please check out our website, petition-corruption.info, and please feel free to check out our Facebook page, PCI. And make sure you subscribe, all you petitioners out there, because we're going to need your posting and videos as well. So anyway, my main goal and objective of PCI, Petition Corruption Info, is to expose the corruption, greed, power, among other things, that is in the petition industry in the United States. PCI, the corporation, which is run by Angelo Paparella, Paparella. He is the president, and it stands for Progressive Campaigns Incorporated. The vice president used to be Rob Gronkowski. However, he has since retired from PCI. Anyway, PCI controls the main contracts in the nation, including California, Colorado, Michigan, and Florida are the main places that PCI gets contracts. Anyway, I'll be telling you more information and educating you further as we go along. But just to get started with my first story. So anyway, I was working on a petition in Bakersfield. It was a referendum, and the referendum means to get a vote on a law that was already signed into place by Gavin Newsom. So Gavin Newsom signed a law shutting down all the sales of flavored vapes and tobacco in the state of California. Well, PCI got a contract with Big Tobacco, and it was a pretty high-paying one. It was paying like $8 a signature, so I was excited to have some work, so I could provide for myself. And anyway, we were also working on recall Gavin Newsom. So, even though I'm a Democrat, I do work for all parties: conservative, Green Party, Libertarian, Democrat. I'll get into more of my passions and what I truly love to petition for in later episodes. But anyway, I was working these two petitions, a recall and a referendum, in Bakersfield, and the leader of the recall went around town and had her volunteers harassing me because somebody was trying to expose me as a fraud or a fake, because maybe they heard I helped work on legalizing medical marijuana around the nation. I have no idea. But these people were harassing me and the crew of people I had working with me at the time at storefronts, and they were taking pictures, and one of them even threatened violence on me, threatened to beat me up. But anyway, so I was sent to this event at a park, and there was a lot of people there, and I was sent there by another petitioner. He said there's an opening at the event, and I could probably get a lot of signatures. And so I went to the park on the day of the event, and I built a wall of water, and just so happens it turned out to be a Trump rally. How ironic. I built a wall of water. Anyway, I was using the wall of water to do fundraising for my uncle who had stage 4 cancer. And my aunt also has stage 4 cancer, so they're dying. And they have like 6 people in their house and like 5 dogs and in a small little tiny 3-bedroom house. I don't even know how they're surviving, but I was doing a fundraiser, getting signatures, and had some merchandise there for donations as well to benefit my aunt and uncle that live in Bakersfield. Anyway, the leader of the event at the Trump rally turned out to be the Flor Hull, Florhull. She came over and started harassing me after I finished building the wall of water. And you know, I told her it's a park with people. It's a free event. I have freedom of speech, and I need to work and do my fundraiser. And I told her I wasn't leaving. She sent a bunch of people over to harass and intimidate me, and I didn't back down. I just kept getting my signatures and started doing the fundraising. Well, it got to a point where she was telling everybody at the event that I was a fraud and a fake, and I just got tired of it. So I went over to her among all of the Trump supporters and all of her family and volunteers, and I told her, look, lady, this is my job. I get paid for it. I am not a fraud and a fake. Me and all my relatives are Democrats, but that gives you no reason to come over and harass me and send people over to harass me. And I told her she should be ashamed of herself. And she started speaking in tongues or something and saying prayers out loud. And I just basically said my piece. And, you know, I didn't yell at her. I didn't cuss at her. I just told her that basically she was crazy in front of all these people. And I walked back over to my tables where the petitions and the fundraising merchandise was set up, which was like over 200 feet away. I wasn't mingling at their event at all. I was far away in this huge park. And so anyway, after I was walking away, she walkie-talkied the Proud Boys, you know, the same people that protested at January 6th at the Capitol. And I saw a group of 10 to 15 people coming across the field looking very threatening. Some of the same people she sent to harass me and threaten me earlier that day and try to intimidate me with violence. Well, this time there was a lot more of them, so I got really freaked out. And I had another guy working my booth, my witness, to all of these events that's happening. And he ended up in the police report. So as they got closer to my booth, I picked up an air horn, blew it very loudly to alert all the people at the event that I was under attack, and I screamed out, "Stay the fuck away from me. Get back, don't come any closer." And they kept coming, and I picked up an item that I chose to use for self-defense, which one of my friends had recommended if I was ever attacked by a group of people, which wasn't a very smart form of self-defense. But however, I picked it up and started running while trying to defend myself from these people that were running after me. I don't know, it was like 10, 15 people. Anyway, they eventually caught up to me, tackled me to the ground, dragged me across the pavement, and they stood in a circle around me while I was in a fetal position with my face to the ground and hands over the back of my head. And they were standing there, kicking me in the head with their boots. And I was just screaming, and I was thinking that I was going to die. However, the sergeant of the Bakersfield police showed up about a minute into them kicking me in the head, thank God. Otherwise, I'd probably be dead, because they were literally going to kick me till I died. And, I stood up, and I was bleeding profusely from my head. And long story short, the whole group of people, the Proud Boys and everybody, sided with the cops. They made up a lie. Nobody was hurt at that event, except for me. I was almost killed. But the police decided to charge me and take their side, even though the police rolled up and saw them committing a felony, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, which is a boot. You can't kick someone in the head with a boot. So anyway, he saw crime in progress and decided to charge me. So I'll tell you the rest of the details, what happened later on in another video. But long story short, basically, I was left in jail on a $1.5 million bond with wounds up and down my legs and 12 staples in my head. And I was basically left there to die. They put me in solitary confinement. They didn't let me have a phone call, a shower, or an hour out a day of fresh air. I mean, I was basically treated worse than an animal. I mean, they didn't even give me medical attention. My sores on my legs started itching and getting infected. And anyway, while I was in jail, I was also served with a lawsuit from the Safeway Corporation, thanks to John Dahlberg, the Safeway corporate attorney. On my way into jail, I was handed a phone book of legal paperwork saying that I should appear in court because I was being sued by the Safeway Corporation. And John's been suing me off and on for, I don't know, the last 10, 12 years. But anyway, he's a vexatious litigator, and he makes money off of violating people's civil rights and freedom of speech rights with taking us to court. And anyway, I'll explain that as well later in further episodes. But while I was in jail, Angelo Paparella and Rob Gronkowski blacklisted me, basically saying that I was fired from the industry because I guess they're Trump supporters, and my name was all over the news. That the news spreaded propaganda and lies about me as well. But anyway, they said I was blacklisted, fired from the only job that I had known for 10 years at the time. And when I got out of jail, I was basically destitute and running out of money. And they not only blacklisted me, but they also decided to steal my money from the last of the signatures that I turned in. On the spreadsheet reports, it shows the signatures were turned in, processed, and PCI Angelo Paparella got paid for them. However, they refused to pay my coordinator, who works under Angelo Paparella, the money that I was owed for my signatures. So anyway, that's wage theft. You can't just, steal someone's money, and an independent contractor's money that they worked hard for. And I was in a really bad situation. So they basically, left me to die in solitary confinement, fired me from my job, and, stole my money. So anyway, Dan Harwig is also an accomplice in this story, and I'll give you more details about that as well. But that's all for now. I'll see you in the next video, folks.